ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CWS episode 76. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking forward to this show. Now, last week I said we needed to go to Summer, or I was going to go to Summer. And amazingly enough, Wade Barrett on NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day gave me the idea to watch this show. You see, for more viewers who don't know who Wade Barrett is, Wade Barrett actually used to be a wrestler back in the WWE. And in fact, he used to run his own faction in WWE. Well, he ran two. His original faction was called the Nexus. You're either Nexus or against us. So, I thought to myself, what was the big pay-per-view that they debuted on? Why? It was only SummerSlam 2010 in a massive 7-on-7 elimination tag team match featuring Team WWE. So that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is time for SummerSlam 2010, emanating from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Looking forward to this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first run of the first SummerSlam of a few that will be taking place in Los Angeles, California. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick things off with Dolph Ziggler. And if I recall, he's taking on Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, Ziggler versus Kingston. This is a good match. Let's watch it, shall we? So, we just had Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title. This was going to be a really good match. Great back and forth between the two men, getting ready to do Trouble in Paradise. But then the Nexus gets involved. I really didn't want the Nexus getting involved in this match. I really feel like, you know, Dolph just got his ass saved, to be fair, but that happens. But this was, you know, it was a really good match. Great back and forth, great, a load of pin attempts in the short amount of time they had. But then Nexus comes out, throw Dolph over the top rope, beat down Kofi. Wade gets on the mic to basically say, we're the Nexus, we're down to win, and WWE can't even be cohesive enough to write a birthday card. I love that line. I think that line was really, really funny, and to be honest, it was honest. So yeah, it was actually a really good line. But yeah, they beat him, you know, they beat Kofi down to basically get a point across for the main event coming up, which I think is actually a really good idea. But again, really didn't think they should have done it for the IC title, but again. So there's a lot of interchanging storylines that are going to be coming up tonight. When we get to them, I will explain them to the best of my ability. I will talk about the Nexus in the main event when we get to it, so I will do that. And ladies and gentlemen, let's carry on with our next segment, which will be Miz. If I recall, it's Miz, Jericho, and Edge talking about getting Miz in. It's Jericho, Edge, and Miz, yeah, getting him to be the 7th member. So let's do it. So we just had Edge, Jericho, and Miz talking, trying to get Miz to become the 7th member of Team WWE. Great talkers, like Edge. Great talker, Jericho, still great talker, Miz, really good talker, great segment between them. And now we have the Divas Championship match. Alicia Fox, I don't know why I said Eve Torres, but it is Alicia Fox versus Melina, looking like a Las Vegas showgirl in her getup, which is absolutely weird. Yeah, let's get to this match. So we just had Alicia Fox versus Melina for the Divas Championship. 1 second. There's a mess. I'm not going to say this wasn't a bad match. It wasn't. It was a very decent match going forward. A play on the skull crushing finale for the win for Melina. So we have a new Divas champion. But this wasn't, you know, it wasn't a great match. I think Melina Beth Phoenix is a better matchup. But Alicia held her own. She can do a very good spine buster. I will grant you that one. She can do. So yeah, very entertaining. So we'll see what's up next, guys. So we just had Michelle McCool and Layla come out to basically talk about Melina after the match. And they beat Melina down. Well, Melina beat them down first, but then afterwards Melina beat Laycool beat her down. This would lead to a title for title. I think it was a unification match actually at the Bash. which is the next, I think it was the Bash for WWE, where the Divas title would merge with the Women's Championship, but they would keep the Divas Championship. Idiot. So now we have got Big Show versus the Straight Edge Society with a bold punky. CM Punk. So let's watch this. So we just had the Straight Edge Society versus Big Show in a 3-on-1 handicap match. This was a very entertaining. It was a very entertaining matchup. Big Show having his hand broken by the Straight Edge Society, to then basically getting his his wrist guard cut off to start the match. Great storytelling for the match. Basically having him, work on a hand. And then, yeah, Big Show manages to beat Straight Edge Society's Joey Mercury and Luke Gallows. Fair enough. At least Punk didn't get the pin on this one, but it just felt stupid, to be honest with you. It was really weird, but it was entertaining. We've also now got Sheamus and Kane talking about their upcoming matches with Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, respectively. But we'll see what the next matchup is, ladies and gentlemen, because this one's getting okay. I mean, we had a good first opening contest, bar the finish. We had an okay Divas Championship match, and we just had an okay 3-on-1 handicap match. So we'll see if the matches get any better, shall we? So we just had The Miz come out, basically talking about the 7-on-7 matchup coming out, and I forgot about this. Michael Cole's hard on for The Miz. I forgot about that, so I had to mute it halfway through. But this was it's a good promo. Miz is always good at promos. I have to admit, he was underrated for the longest time on promos, I thought, but he is a great talker on the stick. So he basically says that, yep, I will be the 7th member of the 7-on-7 matchup, and now we've got Sheamus versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship match. This is going to be a good one, I think. Sheamus and Orton always put on good matches, I thought, and hopefully around this time they did put on some good matches around this time. So we will watch the match and see how it goes. So we just had Orton versus Sheamus for the WWE Championship. This was a good match, very entertaining. It was a war, to be fair. These guys can put on a very good match when they're both motivated, and it was very fun, entertaining. DQ loss. Well, DQ win for Randy. It was one of those things. It's like Sheamus wants to keep the title, and if Randy loses, he can't face Orton for the title again. So he basically, gets himself DQ'd. It is a stupid way of doing it. He hits the ref with a steel chair. Then it's pretty much just a disqualification, which is bollocks. But it's one of those things. Randy wins, and he gets the challenge for the title again. He does. He then RKO's Sheamus onto the announce table. It doesn't break. Fucking looked painful. But it was a entertaining matchup between these two. I believe the next matchup is going to be... I don't know what the next matchup is. So, we will see what the next matchup is, guys. So, let's have some fun. So, we just had Kane versus Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight title match. This was basically just a big man versus little man match, pretty much. But when they do it, they can do it. Kane, Undertaker, Big Show, who else can I think of? They do have good matches, like Ray and, versus, Kane, Undertaker, Big Show. They can put on good matches. Brock Lesnar to a degree. And yeah, this was an okay match. Undertaker comes out after the match to basically say that the actual person who attacked me was not a small man who couldn't put me in a vegetated state. It was Kane. So then they start the feud with Kane and Undertaker, which will go on until bragging rights, I want to say, to have the Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell 2010, and the Buried Alive match at bragging rights, which would involve Nexus. But yeah, it was a good match. It was a good big man match versus low man match. David versus Goliath. It was good, and yeah, it was entertaining. Kane retains the title for obvious reasons. So yeah, now we have the SummerSlam Access stuff, which is boring. No offense, I'm not interested in that. And we've got the 7-on-7 elimination match coming up in the main event. So we will watch that. Let's do it. So we just had the 7-on-7 elimination match between Team Nexus and Team WWE. Miz comes out to be like, "Yay, I'm the 7th member," and then Miz just goes, Cena just goes, "Back off, we've got Daniel Bryan returning." So fuck yes, great decision. So let us go through the eliminations, shall we? Darwin Young gets eliminated after the label lock for Daniel Bryan. Brilliant. Michael Tarbin then gets eliminated from a Starship Pain on from Morrison. John Morrison is eliminated then from a clothesline from Skip Sheffield, right back. R-Truth is then clotheslined by Skip for the elimination. Bret Hart gets DQ'd after hitting Skip Sheffield with a steel chair. Bullshit. Skip is eliminated after that, after a spear from Edge, and then a cold breaker from Edge, then a spear from Edge, a cold breaker from Jericho, then a spear from Edge. David Otunga taps out to the walls of Jericho by Chris Jericho. Jericho and Edge both get rolled up and pinned by Heath Slater. Then they attack Cena. Then Heath Slater gets eliminated after the label lock from Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, Miz worms out, hits him with the briefcase, Barrett pins him. Then Justin Gabriel misses the 450, gets pinned by Cena after getting DDT'd onto the concrete. And then Wade Barrett submits the STFU from Cena. Winner, sole survivor, John Cena, Team WWE win. This was bullshit. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, but Barrett should have won, and Gabriel should have won, and this match should have won. But Cena changed it at the last minute, apparently. Edge, Jericho were against it. Even Cena was now against it in the future. But this should have been a win for Nexus, but it wasn't, which sucks. But you know, this match was really good. So what did I think of the show overall? A little bit slow to get going. Then the WWE title match was good. The World Heavyweight title match was okay, and the main event was decent as well. So all in all, it was an okay SummerSlam. Favorite match of the night? Probably, I don't know. Probably Orton versus Sheamus, and worst match of the night, just because I didn't feel it was good. Maybe Alicia Fox versus Melina. Plus the ending was annoying. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. Coming up next on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the next episode of the AEW Dynamite review, and as well as over, we also have a exclusive bonus for you guys, because Elimination Chamber is this Sunday, so I will review it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I will see you for AEW Dynamite tomorrow morning. See you later.